questions?
Well, I just said to the team that it's really hard to win in this league. It's extra hard to sweep, especially a team as good as New Hampshire, and they give us all we could handle, especially after we went up 3-0. So, but I like the way we hung in there, and after they made it 3-2, I thought we played a pretty solid game. Some unfortunate penalties, but we had some big kills after they got 2 power play goals. I thought that we killed Muldowney's penalty, and then the 6-on-4 at the end was a big kill for us. So special teams were pretty good this weekend, and like I said, it's hard to sweep in this league, and I'm proud of the guys for their effort to do so.
What is it that makes you guys so dangerous on the PK? You lead the country in shorties.
Well, we skate pretty well, and I think when you play connected, a lot of times you can catch a power play standing still. They're flat-footed, and when a puck turns over, we skate well. So we get guys that can get up and down the ice, and most of our shorthanded goals are. But today we got fortunate that they just mishandled the puck. But like last night was a 2-on-1. We had another 2-on-1 tonight too. So it's it's certainly a strength of our team right now.
Hudson said last night that you guys have had a pretty aggressive penalty kill for a few seasons now, but this year it's especially aggressive. He credited Nick with that. Just was that a focus coming in? You wanted to really crank up the pressure on other teams?
Yeah, I think that's kind of always been the way we want to kill penalties. But we're giving up too many goals too. Like that's the flip side of it. I don't want to. I think we gave up 3 shorthanded goals, 3 power play goals on the weekend, and we scored 2 shorties. Like I'd rather give up none and score 0. We were -1 from that standpoint, But it's when an opposing team knows that you're dangerous, it kind of makes them a little nervous. So that's the flip side of that. But I like the way our energy and our kills, but like the first goal we gave up, we were finishing checks, and we probably should not be finishing checks on a penalty kill. That's not the time to be finishing checks, and that's why they got the guy in all alone.
Cav, when you talk about the aggressive penalty kill, what works? Is it attacking that point of attack to keep them from being able to set up in that initial puck carrier? What works when the penalty kill is aggressive?
I think, Randy, a lot of teams are in a 1-3-1. So they have 2 guys on the flank. When the puck turns over, our guys go, and that's how it creates a lot of 2-on-1s. I said earlier that they're flat-footed, and we get going, and we skate well. So that's what probably creates a lot of our. Tonight we were pressuring through the neutral zone, and they fumbled the puck. That can happen too.
Seemed like 5-on-5 you were much better today.
We were a lot better. We got some. Last night I think we only had 1 multiple shot shift in the game, and today we had a few.
Kev, I think I don't know if it was last night or earlier, you said that Hudson was the epitome of a UConn player. Can you expand on that a little bit?
Yeah, well, I mean, he's a 3.7 student, something of that ilk, which is way more than higher than I ever was. But
yeah, but Bowden's tougher.
Don't tell everybody that, Joe, all right? My degree gets better every year, too. And the way he conducts himself off ice, how positive he is since the day he got here. The fact that he could have gone anywhere in the country to do a 5th year. Anybody would have taken him. But he wanted to come back here. He's loyal. And nowadays you see, not many kids are that loyal. And he and John Spetz have that in spades. He's the type of kid that's going to be super successful in life when hockey's over for him, because he just does everything the right way. We have a sign in our locker room, how you do anything's how you do everything, and that's him to a T.
Power play, I think that was your 6th since the second half started. I think you mentioned earlier that you tweaked it a little bit. Just what's been working for that unit?
I think that we tweaked the way we practiced it, and it was great because we had a very spirited discussion as a staff, and Tyler runs the power play, and he was adamant. I want to do it this way. And I think if I'm going to let him run the power play, I've got to give him that autonomy. And I can put in my 2 cents, obviously, but I think it's important that if that's going to be his role, then I got to let him do it. And I like the way the power play has been since Christmas, and we kind of just changed the way we practice it a little bit, and I think it's working for us.
Did you move Hudson out a little bit so he can hit that one-timer when pass either from Trey or from cross ice from Jake? It seems
I think
like
he
he's a little
and
wide.
Ryan can kind of be interchangeable. I think it's all dependent on how the team kills.
You mentioned hard to get a sweep in Hockey East, and
Yeah.
we're seeing, everybody's super high in the pairwise, and like even UNH, their in-league record isn't great, but
Yeah.
they're a top 15 team in the country, no question. Like, what do you think that says about, like, not just how difficult it is to play in Hockey East, but like how difficult it is for other teams to play Hockey East teams?
Well, I think I'm not going to say it's the best league in the country. There's a lot of, the Big Ten's a good league. The NCHC is a good league, but it's in the conversation.
Sure.
It's when you have 8 teams in the top 25 in the country, that's a tough league. And then you look at Merrimack last night, knock off BC, and I think they're in the top 30.
They are.
I think
Everyone's
every
in the
team is
top
in the top 30,
Yes.
right? So you have 11 teams in the top 30. So there's not a night where you can play your B game and expect to win.
The 6-on-4 to close it out. Had some trouble earlier in the season, but what did you like just finishing the game off in that sequence?
Thought we did a good job staying tight and not getting overextended, and we protect the guts of the rink there, protect the house, and we're going to make them beat us with a one-timer from out far. If they were going to beat us, that's how they were going to beat us. We didn't want to give up anything cheap in front of the net, so I thought we did a good job there, and Tabor had a great battle at the end to, The one area where I didn't like our game was face-offs. I thought they owned us on the dot tonight. That's an area that we're going to have to clean up.
It looks like you got all 7 games in February are at home. Do you feel like you've developed a home ice advantage here that can be really effective when you string that many games together at that point in the season? That can be a big deal for you.
I think so. I love playing here, and our kids love playing here. And today we had no students, and it was a great atmosphere here today. And the UConn fans, they come out for everything. They do, and you saw an example of that today. So, it's unfortunate that it's been 2 months since we've had a home game. Sometimes the Christmas break has something to do with that, but. It's just how the schedule worked out this year. Like, we're 2 at Maine next week. If we were playing Lowell or Merrimack, it'd be 1-1. So that's just the way its schedule's worked out. But I like the fact that we're going to be home the whole month of February.
When you first met Hudson and got him to come here, did you envision that he could have this type of career where he could end up being the most
No,
productive?
I
'Cause
didn't.
he's kind of started from
When I first, Joe Pereira was the one who recruited him, and he went out to watch somebody else. He said, I really like this Shandor kid. I really, really like him. And I was like, okay. So, and to Hudson's credit, he came on a partial. I mean, he's on a full scholarship now. But and when I first met him, I was like, how is this kid going to play in this league? When I went out to Vancouver and I watched him play, and he was a good player, but when I saw him off the ice, I was like, he's going to get killed in this league. So there's nothing to him, But once I met his parents, and then you realize kids don't grow up like the neighbors. Like, they've done a great job raising him.